First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
In studio is Vincent Palmieri. Good to see you. And I got to make sure I got your mic up there. And Ruth Morgan. And Vince, good morning, guys. Okay, let's start with you, Vince. Let's talk about the book.
Well, Ruth and I have known each other for our whole lives.
Yeah.
And when I grew up, I would see her. We lived across the street from each other. And I would see her up until I was probably about 25 years old. I used to bump into her and her kids and so on. Well, Billy, sure enough, I lost track of her. So about 7 years ago, my son was graduating from high school. And I opened up the newspaper, and there's Ruth's picture in the newspaper.
Yeah, yeah.
She won an award for volunteer work.
Okay.
So I called her. I said, geez, Ruth, I forgot about you. I haven't seen you in so long. I forgot about you. My son's going to graduate from high school. Come to the party. My mom and dad were alive, my aunts, uncles. We'll reminisce. We'll have some fun. So she did. Well, she comes in the party, and she says, I got to show you something. So I said, what's that? She says, not right now. She says, I'll come over to your house. You take a look at this thing. I said, okay. A week or so goes by. She comes over. She hands me a inner office folder. Billy with the red string on him? One of those, about that thick.
Okay.
Open it up. I said, what is this? And the first thing I noticed was it's a letter from a social worker with no date on it. Mm-hmm. Who writes letters with no date?
Right, right.
So start reading through it. I said, Ruth, what is this? She said, it's my social history from when I was abandoned in 1934.
Wow. Through
the foster care system up to age 24, and then even after that, once she was released. So I'm looking through this thing, and I'm thinking, you got a good story here. This is an excellent. It's like a Charles Dickens story,
right?
That kind of thing. So I said, we'll just start messing around with it. Let's not commit to anything.
Yeah.
We'll start writing this. We'll put this in a book form. We'll see what happens. Well, Billy, sure enough, a couple of years goes by. We're poking at it. It starts to firm up.
Yeah,
it starts to look good.
You're getting something here.
Yeah, we're getting something out of it. So I said, you know what? Now we're committed to this thing. We have to finish it.
Yeah.
So we went about another 3 years, I would say, something like that.
It took us 5 years.
And then another year for publishing. We got it all because you got to do typesetting and you got to do, page design, all that.
Yeah.
And we got it published about a month ago. And we got started rolling.
We have a copy of it right here.
You got it right there.
Ruthie Deeply. Hi, Ruth. Good morning.
Good morning.
So it sounds like you have quite a story, and I've just gotten into a little bit of this. It's amazing what happened to you.
It's lucky I made it.
Yeah. And what you write about is the ability that you, Ruth, had to just persevere and just keep. No matter what happens, you kept plowing forward, right?
That's it.
And that's what the story is.
That's what it is. And adversity, like I said, Ruth was in the foster care system until she was 24 years old.
Wow.
And if you take a look at it, Billy, longer, some horrible stuff. A lot of it's documented in the book, signed off by doctors, social workers. So that must have been legit.
Yeah.
But then there's parts that you don't see in any of the texts from her history that Ruth tells me about that were like horrible things.
Not that I want to hear the horrible things, but can you give us an example of what you went through, Ruth?
Well, there's the rat packs, and sometimes it was for nothing. I felt sick one time.
Yeah.
And because I didn't finish the breakfast, they said to me, if you don't finish the breakfast, then you're going to have it for lunch. And I said, well, if you give it for me for lunch, I'm definitely not going to eat it.
Yeah.
So then she came in, and I got the wet packs for 3 days. They lock you up in a solitary confinement. You got bread and milk for 3 days, 3 meals for 3 days.
That's like you're in prison.
Worse than prison.
Yeah.
Worse.
It was a Syracuse State School.
Okay.
Part of the foster care.
I was just saying.
And you're so young.
Yeah.
And my mother just left me on a porch at I was only 4 months old at the House of Good Shepherd.
Oh, really?
And
wow.
I showed the book to the Good Shepherd, and looking at it now, and they're going to let me know. We're trying to get the ARC to click on to the to talk to them about it too.
Wow.
Ruthie, describe for Billy and Jeff the wet pack thing.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, wait till you hear this one. The girls in detention, it's on the water. They make them fill up the tub with water. And they take about 12 to 14 sheets and put them in the cold water. And then there's a girl on both sides, and they have to wean them out. And then when they wean them out, they put them on the table. And then they put you have to have a nightgown, and you put a pillowcase so you can't move your hand down, and they wrap you like a mummy. And then after they wrap you like a mummy, they put you on a cot and ties your leg and your stomach so you can't move. You put an ice pack on your head, and then they put blankets on you, army blankets, until you're way up to about 14 or 15 of them, and they leave you there. And when I got scars from it, when the sheets dry with the blanket, they seem to go like this and pinch because they're so they burn.
It's almost like they contract, right, as they dry.
Shrink when they
right.
dry.
And then when you get out, they leave you there. They don't care how long you're there until you surrender. And then they put an ice pack on your head. And then when you get, sometimes the girls have to take you, undo you. And when you do, you almost fall to the floor.
Oh, my God.
So this is obviously some bizarre form of punishment. I don't understand the wrapping with a wet blanket, covering with military blankets, and then what's the ice pack on the head? What does that do? I don't understand.
I guess the ice pack is so you won't hurt your head or something. I don't
Keep
know
you
the
from
reason.
blacking out, maybe.
Right.
But I know when you get out, you're so weak because you're upset because of the burning and you're crying, and you don't want to give in to them. So you stay in there as long until you do.
This sounds like worse than waterboarding.
Billy, I told Ruth, there are still psychiatrists that use this thing. You know how you swaddle babies?
Yeah.
Apparently this was the idea that you would calm down. Ruth said,
see.
calm down. This
The
thing
opposite.
Is, up to your neck, and you can't breathe, you can't move. You go to the bathroom, and you got to go to the bathroom. You go to the. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Just
gosh.
Terrible.
I mean,
So it's funny because I'm looking at there are to this day it's
Doctors
called
that do it.
psychiatric use of cold wet sheet packs,
Yeah.
and that's what you're talking about.
When I told
And it was
Ruth that, she
torture
said,
for you.
no. I said, yes, there's doctors that still do it.
Wow, boy, oh boy,
Horrible. Billy, now that you see documented,
yeah,
wet packs.
yeah.
Ruthie tells me, and we verified it with another woman that Ruth was there with, who is deceased now, sick needles.
Oh,
Fill us in, Ruth.
Okay, what is that?
well, like for instance, like they were kind of handicapped children there, epilepsy in one ward, and they wanted me to go upstairs and take care of them. And I said, no, I ain't taking care of them because it's not my job. You're getting paid. I'm not getting paid.
Right.
So, because you refuse, they will give you a sick needle, and you're so sick you can't budge anyways. And people, they leave you on the floor, so when the kids are going to dinner and they see you, they can kick you because you can't do anything.
Right.
And it's
Where was
What is it? What is
Syracuse State School in Geddes,
Okay.
which has since been knocked down, and there's another one now. And you don't see any of that stuff documented.
What is the needle thing? I didn't understand what they do.
Sick how?
It makes
it
you
makes
vomit.
you up.
Oh, so they give you a shot,
Yeah.
and it makes you sick.
Yeah.
And to the point where it's debilitating. You're on the ground.
Yeah.
Then these others come by, and it's we live in humans. We're survival of the fittest. So
Right.
we of course would kick the person on the ground, right?
And then the sleep needles were the same thing, correct, Ruth? But
Yep.
you sleep. Just leave you there till you come around.
So they're drugging. They would drug you. That's how they
Really,
would.
honestly,
so they want because you won't do what they want you to.
Right.
They want you to take care of epilepsy. I ain't getting paid for that.
Right.
I wasn't getting paid for all the stuff, and to just give you the sheets for hardly nothing is and it's not one day. They keep you in solitary confinement for 3 days, and then the next day you have to clean up the mess that you did.
That you made. Wow.
This is Charles Dickens kind of stuff.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, Ruthie would tell me these things. So he said, I have a friend who's still alive in Albany. Her name was Betty.
Yeah.
Well, we went and looked Betty up. Verified word for word.
Really?
What was happening to her and Ruth, because Ruth is the all-time champ. She was the worst by far.
Oh, I can tell.
I asked people who was worse. They said Ruth, no question.
Yeah.
Betty verified. Betty even went so far as knew the color of the sick needles.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
my
were
God.
orange. It was an orange fluid
that
they injected
really?
you with.
Oh, my God.
So,
Verified
Ruth,
for word.
And we're kids.
Yeah.
We're
children.
kids.
Yeah.
We're not criminal.
Right.
We didn't do anything.
I was going to say, it sounds like a jail. And to be honest with you,
It's
today's
worse than
jail,
jail.
it's like so much more humane.
Ruth
Yeah.
always said it.